Welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to another weekend review, reviewing all of this weekend's Premier League and Championship action. Let's get straight into it. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2 was the score in lunchtime in the Premier League. Two early goals from Gabriel and Smith Rowe sealed the win for Arsenal, and they were outstanding here. Ramsdale brilliant in goal, that save was just incredible, and Arsenal looked really good here. Mikel Arteta slowly turning it around and fair bloody play to him, but Leicester, after two step forwards, this was definitely one step back. Moving on, Watford 0, Southampton 1 was the score at Vicarage Road. Che Adams was the only goal of the game in the 20th minute, and what a great result this was for Southampton. Coming into this one, a bit iffy to be honest. Watford of course will be full of confidence after that Everton win, but yeah, Southampton, they were outstanding here and played really well and deserved the win. But for Watford, they'll be disappointed. That will be a really confidence knocker. But moving on, Newcastle 0, Chelsea 3 was the score at St James's Park. Goals coming in the second half from Reece James with a brace, two fantastic goals as well, and Jorginho. Really solid win for Chelsea. They were great here. Newcastle, though, they, on the other hand, they were very poor, and yeah, they do look in big trouble. I tell you what, those Saudi owners will need to put the money where their mouth is in January, otherwise they are in serious trouble. Moving on, it finished Crystal Palace 2, Manchester City 0 at the Etihad. Who saw this coming? Will Zaha gave Palace lead in the 6th minute, and Laporta was sent off in the second stoppage time for the first half. Kind of split on it. Jesus then had a goal disallowed in the 60th minute before Gallagher finished it off for Palace in the 88th minute. And what a great result this was for Palace. They've just needed the results. They played well, and this was exactly it. For City, though, really poor. Moving on then to another really poor display from a title challenger as it finished Liverpool 2, Brighton 2 at Anfield. Henderson and Mane were the goals in the first half to give Liverpool a comfortable lead, so it seems, but Brighton got one back in the 41st minute, and Trossard equalised in the 65th minute, and yeah, Brighton outstanding in the second half. What a great result for them. They show no signs of falling away. They've just been brilliant here, but for Liverpool, they can't afford results like these. Burnley 3, Brentford 1 was the score at Turf Moor in the Premier League on Saturday, and yeah, this was dominant, especially in the first half. Chris Wood, Lowton and Cornet scored. Cornet also had a goal disallowed through VAR, and Goddo's was a reply for Brentford in the 79th minute, but it was nothing more than a consolation goal. For Burnley, that's a big win. They've really needed that one, so it's a big win for them. And as for Brentford, the bubble does seem to be bursting a bit, but moving on then to a crucial win for Manchester United, who comfortably dispatched Tottenham 3-0. Ronaldo was just on absolute fire here. Brilliant goal and brilliant assists for Cavani returning to the side. Rashford also got a goal in the 86th minute, and Tottenham didn't have a shot on target. Already speculation over Nuno's job. It's been really poor from Tottenham, but for Man United, Ollie just always seems to get that win at the crucial time. Moving on then, Norwich 1, Leeds 2 was the score at Carrow Road, and there was a crazy 5-minute period in this game where all the goals came from Rafinha, who gave Leeds the lead. Norwich equalised 2 minutes later. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the guy who scored, and Rodrigo in the 60th minute. For Leeds, it's a big win because, like Burnley, they've been lacking the win all season, so they needed that. But for Norwich, if they can't get any result from this one, you're worrying for them. Villa 1, West Ham 4 was the score at Villa Park on Sunday. Johnson gave West Ham the lead in the 7th minute before Watkins in the 34th minute equalised. Rice, however, gave West Ham a lead 4 minutes later. Konza was then sent off in the 50th minute for a last-ditch tackle. To be honest, I thought he was going away from there. I'm not so sure on that, but it was the yellow from House I thought was the red. But anyway, goal from Fornals and Bell sealed the win. West Ham just looks so good at the moment. For Villa, though, they were poor. I'm starting to get concerned for Dean Smith and his job a wee bit, to be honest. Wolves 2, Everton 1 was the score at Molineux on Monday night in the Premier League. Wolves with 2 goals in the first half, and they looked really good in that first half, totally controlled Everton. and then Everton pulled one back for a away beat in the second half, but in the end it wasn't enough. And yeah, that's a richly deserved win for Wolves, starting to find some serious form now. And yeah, they look pretty good, but for Everton it's a bad run of form now, and they really do need to start improving and turning this one round. Moving on to the Championship now, where it finished QPR 1, Forest 1. 2 stoppage time goals in this one. Lyndon Dykes in first half stoppage time gave QPR the lead. And then Colback right at the death for Forest, still the point. And for Forest, after the tonking they took last weekend, that's a big result for them. But for QPR, it looked like they were closing out the win and starting to get a bit of momentum. But no, chuck it away in the last minute, and now he's so disappointed with that. They really should have seen this out. And then it was over to Fulham, who made a big statement against West Brom. Mitrovic with a hat-trick, and yeah, just absolutely incredible. What he's done, 18 goals already, just absolutely mental. Furlong and Adebayo were also sent off for their respective teams in this game, so it finished 10-10. But Fulham, yeah, they were making a real statement here. But as for West Brom, they were disappointed against the promotion rival. They were played off the park here, realistically. Moving on, Swansea 3, Peterborough 0 was the score at the Liberty Stadium. Goals from Bidwell, Pirou and Natcham in the first half sealed the win for Swansea, and yeah, it was comfortable. Swansea, they're really starting to pick up now they've clicked under Russell Martin, and it's really good watching them play. But for Peterborough, 2 wins on the trot before this. It looked like they were taking a step forward, but yeah, now they've gone backwards again, which really is quite frustrating, to be honest. But moving on, Stoke 3, Cardiff 3 was the score at the Bet365 Stadium. Goals from Brown and a brace from Fletcher gave Stoke a 3-0 lead before an incredible 5-minute comeback from Colwell, Harris and Moore. Great to see him on the score sheet again. Sealed the draw for Cardiff. Just absolutely incredible. Yeah, the first half they were atrocious, but for the second half they were brilliant, and I think that will turn the corner for them. As for Stoke, just nightmare. But anyway, moving on, Sheffield United 0, Blackpool 1 was the score at Bramall Lane, and the only goal of the game came in the 76th minute through Anderson. And Blackpool, what a great result for them in the playoffs. Who'd have said that earlier in the season? Certainly not me. Just absolutely incredible, the job Neil Critchley's done. But Sheffield United, oh my god, with the squad they have, realistically, with 15 games in now, there's just no more excuses. Moving on though, Preston 2, Luton 0 was the score at Deepdale. Reece, who only signed a contract a few days ago, sealed the win for Preston with 2 first half goals. And yeah, this was a really good performance from Preston. They are starting to find their rhythm a bit now. Disappointing last weekend, but improved performance against Liverpool in the week, and now this performance, they can certainly start to look forward in the table. As for Luton, disappointing, just inconsistent. Moving on, Middlesbrough 0, Birmingham 2 was the score at the Riverside. Goals coming within a few minutes of each other in the second half through Roberts and Hogan, and great result for Birmingham. They're starting to find some form now, which is great for them. But as for Middlesbrough, it's just so frustrating. You thought they had it clicked, but then, as soon as they came up against the bottom side, ones who just aren't stuck at the bottom, it kind of does turn into another poor performance. So maybe those ones could have just been masking the problems. But moving on then, speaking of one of those sides, Hull were defeated at home to Coventry 1-0. Matty Goodham with the only goal in the game in the 9th minute. And this was a comfortable win for Coventry. Hull were poor, and Grant McCann, I think with this takeover incoming, he knows he's a dead man walking. But they need that to go for as soon as possible, because to have any chance of staying up, because the gap will get too big. Need to get rid of Grant McCann and get a manager in, spend some money in January, because it's not looking good for them at all. But Coventry, they're keeping up their great season, outstanding. Moving on, Huddersfield 1, Millwall 0 was the score at the John Smith Stadium. Huddersfield finally got the breakthrough in the 82nd minute through Hogg. And Huddersfield, I'd say this is a deserved victory for them. Great win. Like Coventry, they're really outperforming themselves this season, so they'll be really happy with that. As for Millwall, starting to pick up again. They pick up a loss. It's just the thing in the Championship. So much inconsistency. So frustrating for the supporters. Moving on, Derby 1, Blackburn 2 was the score at Pride Park. Ben Brereton Diaz with a masterclass in the first 20 minutes gave Blackburn a 2-0 lead, and Derby pulled a consolation back in the 89th minute for Curtis Davis but couldn't get it, and it's the first time Derby have lost at home all season, which just shows how hard they are to beat. But yeah, not great here, outclassed by the better side. Blackburn, they're looking in good form again recently, but Derby, they need to start winning games, to be honest. Moving on, Bristol City 2, Barnsley 1 was the score at Ashton Gate. The streak is over. Bristol City have finally won at home, and it looked doubtful for a while because Leo gave Barnsley a lead in the 28th minute before 2 goals from Ryman on the stroke of half-time finally gave Bristol City that home win, and it's about time. Hopefully they take confidence of this and go on a run now. But for Barnsley, it does sound like Marcus Schropp has been sacked. It's no real surprise with the way they've been playing. It has been improved, but still so poor. Moving on, Reading 0, Bournemouth 2 was the score at the Select Car Leasing Stadium. Dominic Solanke in the 43rd minute and Jamil in the 59th minute sealed the win for Bournemouth. And yeah, Bournemouth, they were just the better team here. Reading, obviously, we know how much they're struggling with injuries and all of that, but Bournemouth, the best team here, and they just look absolutely unstoppable at the moment. Just a brilliant performance. And yeah, Fulham are going to have their works cut out to catch them. But anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below. And follow me on this thing which made for daily football news. And subscribe to the channel, subscribe right now. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Peace.